Alright, so I am currently doing an entire series on my channel talking about all the pros and cons of every single piercing I've ever had. And right now I'm going to be talking about the forward helix. I have 2 of them. Check them out. If they didn't look as cute as you thought, I'm gonna give you a cuter picture of somebody else's forward helix. People usually get like a triple forward helix. I got a double. But yeah, like I said, this is a series on my channel, and if you want to see the rest of them, I'm gonna leave the playlist in the description or somewhere up here. But before we get into the pros and cons, make sure to like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and let's go. Alright, so the forward helix. I'm gonna tell you all the pros and cons. Not only that, but I'm gonna give you my recommendations / tips at the end of the video. Since I've had this piercing for, I don't know, maybe like 10 years or so. I've learned a lot about this piercing, so I feel like I could give, you know, some helpful suggestions. But just to start off, I feel like with any piercing, everyone wants to know the pain level. Even though pain is different for everyone, for me, both of them hurt like a 5.5 or 6 out of 10, which isn't too bad. It's a little bad, but it's not that bad. Alright, now on to the pros and cons. I got my handy dandy notebook right here, and pro number 1 is that this piercing is pretty unique. I feel like it's getting a little common now, but for the most part, I haven't seen a lot of people with it. So chances are, if you do get it, people are gonna be like, wow, you're so different. You're not like everyone else. Just kidding, nobody's gonna say that. Still, it's unique. Pro number 2, it's pretty as f***. Like, it's a very stylish, beautiful piercing. Not only that, but you have options on what you can do with a forward helix. You could get just a single one. You could be like me and get a double, or you could get a triple. So there's different ways of styling your forward helix, or piercing it, I guess, which I feel like is super cool. Not only that, but you have different jewelry options. You can be like me and get it all the same size, or I feel like people usually get like the one at the bottom is smaller and then the one in the middle is a little bigger and then the one on the top is the biggest, or reverse. So you have different jewelry options. You could play around with it, which is always a pro. Also, if you've seen all my other videos, I mainly suggest not to get piercings on the side that you sleep on. But this one is probably the only one that I'm gonna say you can get on the side that you sleep on. I sleep on this side, and I have not had an issue with it because it's so high up on your ear and it's like forward, so you're not really laying on it, so you're not really going to be bothering it too much, and it's not going to hurt you. So if you do want it on the side that you sleep on, go for it. It's not really going to be an issue, and it's also good for a job. So if you work somewhere that's not piercing friendly, I doubt they're going to give you any issues with this because it's in your ear, you know what I mean? It's not out there, you know, kind of like a nose ring or like a lip ring or something like that. It's pretty hidden, so I feel like you wouldn't have issues at your job. Now on to the cons. Con number 1, it did take me a long time to heal. It took a whole year, a full-blown year, both of them, and I got them 1 year apart. So for 2 years, I just had crust and like random bleeding and just like issues with it, even though I did take good care of it. But yeah, it did take me a long time for it to heal, and maybe it could have been because it would get caught in my hair a lot, which is another con. So keep that in mind. You're gonna have to learn to move your hair like this, because if you don't do it like that, it's gonna get caught and it's gonna tug, especially when you're in the healing process. That can get very, very annoying. Another con is that it's covered by your hair. Even if you do it on the side that's not covered by your hair, there's still like, look, like if I go like this, you could still see the bottom one, but you can't see the top one because I have like this little thing. I mean, maybe not everybody has the same hair problems as me, but if you do, then it's gonna be covered by your hair, and I feel like that is one of my regrets. I wish I would have gotten on the ear that isn't covered by my hair, and 2, I wish I would have gotten it a little lower just so you could see both of them. But yeah, that is a con. Another con is that not everyone can get this piercing. You have to have a little flap. Like, you have to have enough cartilage to pierce it, and not everybody does. Everybody has different looking ears, so you might not have the right ear for a forward helix, and in that case, that's a major con. And another con is that you have to clean it always. Just like you clean your ears, because we get ear wax and whatnot, you gotta clean all of your ear jewelry. Like, you have to do that, because imagine you're standing next to someone and you go like this and they could see your jewelry, and you don't want them to look and see a bunch of gunk and crust and earwax, you know, so you want that to be nice and clean and pristine, sparkling. You want it to be, you know, tip-top shape. All right, so now for the tips and recommendations. My first recommendation is to get a flat back. The reason I say get a flat back is because you can see it. Like if you're standing next to me, you can see like the full jewelry, and if you stay with what they pierce you with, for me it looks kind of ugly in my opinion. You know, we all into different things, but personally I just don't like the way the jewelry looks when they first pierce it with you. I think the flat back looks a lot cleaner, and you could hide it in your ear, especially if you get a short one. I'm gonna leave a link to like the jewelries that I wear where it's like short and it's a flat back. Those are the ones I recommend because you can't really see it on the side. Second recommendation, what I said earlier, get it on the side that you don't cover your hair with. If you wear your hair like this, like I wear one behind my ear and then the other side is like this, do it on this side. If you're bald, you're good to go. Get it on whatever ear you like. But if you do have hair, consider which ear is more covered by your hair and then get it on the opposite side. Alright, so that's pretty much it for all the pros and cons for the forward helix. If I happen to forget anything, leave it in the comments in case somebody is looking for some advice. You can help them out. Like I mentioned, this is a series on my channel, so check out my other piercing videos in my piercing playlist. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video.